Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Diablo IV. The good old developers at Blizzard Entertainment, Activision, Microsoft have officially bestowed upon us the March quarterly update. And yes, it's been some months since I've covered D4 because really I'm only covering these quarterly updates. And for today, we're going to be checking out the environment. Now I will say, I've been pretty critical of Blizzard and Diablo in general based upon everything that I have seen, but there has been one aspect of the game that I've been thoroughly impressed with. Actually, two aspects. The visuals and the sound. Both of those updates impressed me. And I will say, you're probably not going to agree. When you look at other ARPG franchises, right? You look at my favorite, Last Epoch. You look at the Torchlight series. You look at Path of Exile. You look at anything Warhammer, right? There is one thing that I feel D4 is going to be superior over all of them, and that will be visuals, okay? I know PoE 2 is going to look really, really good. That'll probably be the closest. But from I'm not saying fun factor, right? Fun factor will be different. Endgame will be different. Playing with friends will be different. I'm strictly talking visual representation of the game, what it looks like, what it sounds like. I don't think anyone's going to be able to touch D4, especially based upon how much money they are pouring into this video. So that's what we're going to check out today. And by the way, there is 7 videos for you. 7. Don't worry. Most of them are 1 minute long, okay? But it does give us a good representation of what it is going to look like when we are playing the game. Now, before we get into it, you already know what I'm going to say. It's end of March. I'm hoping today is the day as a late birthday present. I have earned your subscription. I'm hoping today is the day you make that decision and push that little red button. I would really appreciate it. It helps push the channel forward in 2022. On top of that, I've officially started a Patreon. Thank you to the first 33 people that have signed up. Get Patreon exclusive content. We just dropped podcast number 8 and become an instant ARPG VIP. First link in the description. All right, as always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go right now. I'm on the official Blizzard website. Diablo 4 quarterly update, March 2022. Now, as always, I'm not going to sit here and read to you paragraph after paragraph. I will link this as the second link in the description if you want to go check it out for yourself. It just starts off with we're going balls out to make sure everything looks great, and we're so proud of our developers and engineers, and we love your feedback. Okay, there's the first thing. Art direction. This is the first thing I'm going to tell you. The environments of Diablo 4 cover a lot of territory and visual real estate of the game. 5 distinct regions and hundreds of dungeons that you will experience. And later in this, I'm going to show you where it reads 150 plus randomized dungeons. So 5 distinct regions, 150 plus dungeons. It is where all the monster slaying, loot gathering, exploration begins. Of course, thank you to everybody that is working so hard towards it. Yes, yes, yes. We know you are working very hard. This is our approach to it. This paragraph talks about how it is a return to darkness. We want this game to be dark. You know, like the Dark Knight series, Batman, gonna get dark. Also, something they talk about is really interesting. I guess I can just read this. The atmosphere is also tangible in places, with weather and lighting play a more prominent visual role in Diablo 4. When it rains, surfaces get wet. That's true. Puddles form in ruts and hoof prints, and the ground feels muddy. The atmosphere is heavy and damp. Contrast this with making your way into a hazy, fire-lit tavern that instantly contrasts with the atmosphere outside. So again, I mean, they're really taking it one step further. You enter an area and it is raining and you see the puddles on the ground, and then this game will have mounts. Your horse running through those puddles, you'll see their footprints. I love that. Or imagine if there's footprints from another player because it's open world and their footprints are filled with water. You hear where I'm going. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Now they have some screenshots in here, but I'm not going to click on those and make them bigger. because the actual videos do such a better job. Okay, oh, like this. Look, here's the fire. It lights only a certain part of the room. Look at here. You could make it feel dusty through an image. And look at here. Only certain light is coming through and it's very dark. Yes, 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 that is true. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the world of Sanctuary. And we're going to go through 3 videos for regions. And then we're going to go through 3 dungeons and then an overall environment. Okay. Enjoy the coast while I open the door for the dog. Ooh. I know, it looks really, really good. The Coast of the Environment art team is set out to tell the story of untamed wild shorelines and headlands. As you transition towards the shores from the inland and the coastal biome is the first evidence by the longer, more directional grasses that react to the driving shoreline winds. And you see that towards the end of the video, you actually see the wind blowing from the coast directional for the grass. Pretty damn impressive. Okay, I don't want to read the rest of this. Again, second link in the description. All right, the Monastery. Okay, maybe this time I'll read it first, then you'll get an idea. Monastery is an isolated and secretive feature in the rural dry steppes. All right, here we go. The Monastery. Feel how dusty it is. We aim to push the notion of dusty grasslands with sparse vegetation. We made the conscious decision to add dark rocks that complement the pale blonde and rusty grasses. As they would say, as John Hammond would say in Jurassic Park, spared no expense. Moving on to number 3. I don't want to butcher this, so we're just going to call this the Night. The Night. Spooky. Our goal tonight is to really drive home the idea that this medieval settlement feels oppressive, frigid, and harsh. However, we still need to convey that this is a place of refuge afforded to those who reside within its boundaries. Scary, scary, scary. Okay, so obviously at the beginning of the video, I talked about they talk about how there's going to be 5 regions. Obviously, these are going to be 3 of those regions. Now we're going to move over to dungeons. 150 of them. This is I'm going to read. Dungeons are still that randomized content that you know and love from previous Diablo titles. However, we added new and exciting features that allow us to make even more dungeons across the world of Sanctuary than ever before. In order to support over 150 dungeons, we've had to shift the way we make environment art so that it's flexible enough to use in multiple locations and not just in a single dungeon. We break it all down into what we call tile sets. We would like to share with you a handful of these tile sets and a few ways we can mix and match them with props, interactives, and lighting to create dungeons that are varied, handcrafted, and yet procedurally created. It takes a lot of hard work from many teams to make dungeons, and we are proud to show what we've been working on. I'm impressed. So far, I'm impressed. Sound, visuals, environment. It looks good. Forgotten places in the world. Dungeon, go. Their use of light, fire, shadows. Impressed. Now, is the game fun? I don't know. Now, you can feel this is a dark environment. Listen to the description. This tile set is an example of how we have returned to darkness. We want to take you deep underground to the darkest recesses of Sanctuary, where the mysterious and gross corruption has taken root. Okay, that's the forgotten places in this world. Look at that, still 3 more videos. Let's check out the wretched, I can read sometimes, caves. Ooh, the dust. I wish there was some combat in these videos. Give us a little more to break down. Okay. The world of Diablo IV is an incredibly large, utilizing numerous unique tile sets to cover all the various zones, biomes, and cultures. In order to create so much high-quality content, we found clever ways to reuse our tile sets and add enough variety to cover 150 plus dungeons. One more. The Flooded Depths. Ready? Go. This one feels very D2 to me. Use the environment. Oh, there's a little skill action. Fireball. New dungeon features such as seamless floor transitions or traversals are exciting, but my favorite new feature is what we call tile set transition scenes. These are scenes that allow us to connect two different tile sets together in the same dungeon. Imagine running through a crypt only to find a hole in the wall that seamlessly leads you deeper into a vast underground cave network, all while keeping the randomized layouts that change with each dungeon run. Okay, sounds good. Sounds really good. Now, we have come to the end. This is the video for the environmental art. And when this is actually 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I know this is a long video. It's not my fault. Blame Blizzard or Activision or Microsoft. Whoever's in charge of the company, blame them. But I do want this last video to be large and fill up the entire screen. So what I'm gonna do is allow this video to take out the video that I just made. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't know if this game's gonna be fun. I don't know if this is a game that I'm fully going to support based on everything that's happened. I can't even tell you if this is gonna compare with my current favorite ARPGs. But what I can tell you, sound, visuals, environment, you gotta call it like you see it. Very, very impressive. Said it 100 times. Spared no expense. Now, I want to know your opinion. Does this impress you? Is it like, I've seen that 100 times? Let me know in the comment section below. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I have officially started a Patreon. Thank you to the first 33 people that have signed up. Please consider becoming an Action RPG VIP. All the likes, shares, comments, subs really help push the channel, but if you want to take it one step further, first link in the description to get Patreon exclusive content. All right, that's all I've got. Diablo, Blizzard, Activision, take it away.